What's good, you guys? This your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. I'm gonna jump right in. Today's video is gonna be about, is the growing economy in your favorite country affecting the dating market? All right, we're gonna talk about that today. That's today's topic. The reason I chose this topic is because a lot of people that travel talk to me. I have this YouTube channel, so a lot of people talk, whether they're venting or we have conversations about their favorite country. It's not always Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, but it sometimes can be Colombia, Thailand, Brazil, Costa Rica, Panama, etc. Paraguay, Uruguay, Peru, just in general. Whatever country that you plan to move to, or you're living in already, or expat, or a traveler, whatever the case may be, a lot of brothers like to date, and some looking for a serious relationship, potential wife, and some brothers don't want to go and just have fun and play around and throw money around. Some brothers actually want to create a life in these other countries and have some stability and have a stable partner. So for those brothers, you might hear a lot of chitter chatter about how the dating market has changed, and we're here to talk about that today. All right. Before we get into that, I'll give you guys a little update on me, and then we'll get into that. All right. So don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe if you're not already. Let's get it. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna interrupt your video real quick. I want to tell y'all about something. It's a new social network. It's called Passport Traveler. All right, there's a website. I'm gonna link it. There's an app. I'm gonna link it. You can go to passporttraveler.com. Now, the social network was built for like-minded people, travelers that's traveling international, DR, Colombia, Brazil, Costa Rica, Panama, whatever. The list goes on. Wherever you go in Thailand. You want to get in the community, you want to post your videos, your pictures, and you want to connect with like-minded people. There's also ways you can earn money within the community. You don't need to be a content creator. You could just be someone that's just looking to build with like-minded people, with travelers. Maybe you just want to share travel stories, pictures, videos. Get in the community, all right? This video right here, sponsored by Passport Traveler. All right, so jump in there, link in the bio, and let's build, man. Let's build. Back to the video. All right, so out here in the park, it's a cardio day. So as you guys know, I've been on my weight loss / fitness journey, and I took a break from traveling. So, I definitely want to keep checking in with you guys on YouTube, giving you guys updates, and also whatever's trending, we'll talk about it. I still talk to people every day, new people are repeating, and I hear stuff from y'all trips and stuff from expats. So I still got my ear to the streets in the travel world, and we're here to talk about it. But as far as me, I'm gonna pop back out in October. I'll start traveling again in October, going to Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Got an event there. If you're interested, hit me up. You're more than invited. You're more than welcome to reserve. Hit me up. And yeah, so I lost, as you guys know, some of you know, some of you don't, I lost over 100 pounds. So yeah, so my personal dating experience has been different here in Florida, right? So, all right, let's get started on this video, and we'll talk about a little bit of what I've been hearing, and I want y'all opinion on what y'all think, right? So, a lot of us probably know, some people complain how a lot of these cities and their favorite spots have been changing due to the type of tourists that's been coming in, throwing money around, and etc., whatever else behaviors. Some people complain, some people don't like it. Some people think it's good for the economy, these growing economies. But let's talk about actual serious dating, because some people just go to have a little fun, and they're complaining about stuff like pricing going up and You know, things they used to pay for cheap, maybe food and Airbnbs or whatever, hotels, whatever, etc. But for the person looking for something serious, whether it's a girlfriend or a wife, for you, a lot of people are complaining the dating market is extremely different. They used to date, and they used to have a different experience. Maybe the lady would cook, clean, be patient, have a lot more patience, a lot more good morning, did you eat, you know, just a lot more of the cadence, a lot more culture they would show you, right? And I'm hearing brothers complain that that's dying out. Like it's their brothers are saying in these other countries, brothers that are like living overseas and brothers that travel and date, just like they did in the past, that the people are not, that the local ladies are not as patient, and they're demanding more. This is funny, but yeah, they want more, and it's because of all the money coming through the country, all the new tourists, all the new stuff happening in the country. So it's speeding up the pace. It's almost like Miami, right? You know, a little bit more fast paced, a lot more influencers coming through and famous people. And so Miami is becoming like a new Hollywood in the US. So how does that gonna affect the dating market? It's obviously gonna affect the dating market because there's so much fast money coming through. It's affecting the average pretty woman because now she's looking at, well, this guy came in and just gave me $5,000 just for hanging out with him for the day. And it doesn't have to be like so transactional. It could just be like the guys looking for girlfriends and they just throwing money around because they're so rich and they just feel like that's what you're supposed to do. So it affects the market, whether we want to admit it or not. Now, you're always going to be able to find your cool chick that's just down to earth, that's not about money and that's still humble. You could always find what we may call a diamond in the rough, right? But the market, as y'all say, has changed dramatically. I'll give you a little quick side bit about me, right? So I've lost over 110 pounds, and you would think dating would be drastically better because it's like you're a whole new person if you lose that much weight, right? I'm not done my transformation. I'm almost done, but I'm not quite completely done. However, you know, you're, no matter who you are, if you're a young man and you lose over 100 pounds, your attraction is obviously gonna increase, right? Your physical attraction, at least. But now I ain't really been outside like that, so I can't really talk too tough. But you know, I dabble a little bit here and there in the dating world out here, and I think it was better when I was bigger. Like if you 3, 4, 5 years ago, and when I was much bigger, I think it was a better market. And it's not because it has nothing to do with my weight or my size that it was better for me, or better for not just me, just in general. You know, I talk to people. I got a lot of friends. It was better in general, not because of my appearance or anything, but because the market, there was a big influx of people that moved down here, you know, after the pandemic time. So there's a lot more competition. We're talking streamers, influencers, famous people. So any chicks that is like even kind of cute, she gonna look at you like, oh, I dated freaking Drake last year or something, you know? So the competition is organically gonna be a lot more, you know what I mean? A lot more competition. So anyways, I say all that to say this. I mean, if you have a brain, common sense tells you when you got a lot of money and a lot of new people and a lot of influencers and a lot of that flowing through the city, the dating market will be affected by it, all right? So it's been reported by a lot of people that are dating, that are looking for a girlfriend, that just the whole aura is different. Now, some of you are going to be like, oh, this BS. You know, I don't got no problem when I'm dating. It's the same for me. Ray. Everyone's going to have their own personal experience. Go do what you want to do. Go to your favorite country. Like I said, some of y'all are already expats. Some of y'all are living a great life. Some of y'all not even looking for something serious. Some of y'all just having y'all fun day in and day out, and y'all don't see a change. Some of y'all coming in maybe for a month, and y'all don't see a change. Some of y'all don't care about the change because y'all just throwing money around. You just don't care. But for those of you that do care, just fair warning, if you're setting up your retirement or your plan to escape, even if you're younger or older, or whatever your plan is, and you're looking for something serious, just a warning that the dating market is changing, not just in one specific city, but honestly everywhere. Because I've noticed a change here in this market. Like, I've had amazing times in the past dating here, and it's a little different now. I'm not gonna hold you. It's different, but life is different. You know, we're constantly evolving as human beings with technology and with everything becoming so advanced. Every country, every city, every person, everyone's getting affected, and everything's changing, just to be fair, all right? Just to be fair. However, obviously, some dating markets will be affected more than others. Obviously, if you take somewhere like a Santo Domingo or like DR as a whole or something, and you look at their tourism numbers from 5 years ago, I think in the month of February, I believe they had like 4 million people come through in February only of 2026. So if you dial it back and compare it to like 5-6 years ago, it's different. So anytime you have a city that starts popping off, it's gonna affect everything. You know, you're gonna have people upset, you're gonna have people happy, you're gonna have people saying, oh, more opportunity, and then you're gonna have people that saying, oh, they're gentrifying the place. So you're always gonna have the left and the right, the up and the down, the happy and the sad, or the happy and the angry. You're always gonna have both sides. But so I guess what I'm trying to ask y'all is how y'all feel if you are dating, you are seriously dating, or you're looking. Have you noticed a change? Put it in the comments. Or if you don't think it's a bad thing, if you think it's a good thing, let me know. We talk about it in the comment section. I'm just telling you what I've heard from so many different brothers, and they are like complaining, and they're like, yo, you know, I might have to find a new spot. Like, they're saying it's completely ruined because there's so much money flowing through the place that is just not the same. And not like they're saying the economy is like they're not happy for the economy improving. No. Don't get the message messed up. What they're saying is, dating wise, people are more big-headed, cocky. It's not the same. Like, the aura, like, they'll leave you on red now. Like, that was something that people used to always say is why they leave the United States or their country, because the dating market is like that here. So if you're going to start experiencing that over there, then you might question, why did I leave and move to another country if I'm experiencing the same challenges here? Possibly in some situations. Now, it's always going to be you're always going to have the more leverage in these other countries, because you still have the US dollar or whatever country, and you still have that. So you're going to have some type of a better treatment or leverage or whatever, right? Respectfully, of course. Because a lot of these people in other countries, they're doing well, they're making a lot of money, even 5-10 years ago, right? That's life. You're always gonna have the rich, you're always gonna have the poor in every country, everywhere you go, right? So let me just make that statement clear before I get weird comments. But so what I'm saying is, you know, I for one, I love seeing countries evolving and getting better. I love seeing people doing better in life. But you are going to have a group of people that are not doing better, that feel like they're doing worse because they're feeling like rent's going up and maybe they used to be able to afford, slightly above lower class rent, and now that's been increased because of all the new people, all the new expats and all those travelers and all the new Airbnbs. So you're going to have a group of people that are not going to be happy with that, maybe middle class or lower middle. And then you're going to have a group of people that says, no, it's amazing. There's so many new jobs. There's so much opportunities. You're always going to have both sides. You're going to have the people that's like, gringo, go home. And then you're going to have the people that are like, oh, I love this. I love all to see the diversity coming in. You're always, even in the United States, I live in Florida, I love diversity. That's one thing I realized about me. I love going to a place where there's diversity because I grew up in Florida and that's kind of what I seen growing up. So, I could look to one side, they go my Latinos, what's good, you know what I'm saying? I could look to the other side, there's my Caribbeans, my Jamaicans, my Bahamians, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to see the boom, boom, my Haitians, you know what I'm saying? Then you can look to the other side, there go my Asians, you know what I'm saying? Little Indians here and there, there's some Chinese, some Japanese over there. So I love the diversity. I love it. But some people don't. Some people don't. Some people, you're always going to hear people saying like, they're ruining our culture, they try and bring their ways here, they try and change the culture, and then, you're going to have people that love it. If your feet on the ground, you know that. That's how it go. Anywhere in the world, that's how it go. But anyways, nonetheless, the video original topic. How do you feel? Do you think the dating market has become more difficult for you? Give us your stories in the comments. Have any of you changed your dating strategy? Are any of you gonna say, I'm moving to another country more quiet? Or do you guys love the changes? Do you love the new traffic coming through your favorite city, your favorite spot, your favorite country? You love it, you hate it? How's dating for you? You looking for a wife? You trying to have kids? What do you got going on? All right, this is your boy Vacation Time with Ryan. Hit me up if you want to get in any WhatsApp groups. I got groups. I have all men groups. I have groups with men and women involved, from people overseas to people in your country. Good diversity, so you can meet people that are on the same travel journey that you're on. You'll have people from other countries and you'll have people from your country. All right, so if you want to get into one of those WhatsApp groups, very, 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 very small entry fee. It's not monthly, it's none of that. It's one-time small fee just to keep everything cool. There are rules. We don't do none of the ratchet stuff and none of the weird stuff. We don't do that. What else? There's a party I'm throwing October in the Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo. If you're interested in being there, hit me up to RSVP. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Vacation Time with Ryan. Enjoy y'all day. Get in that gym. You know what I'm saying? Get on whatever your mission is, get on it. And I'll catch y'all on the next video.